Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening from India. My name is Rohit Sardana. I work for Incubate IND. Yep, that's what I am, and that's what I do at Incubate India. I'll just take 60 more seconds to tell you what we do and where we stand with one hackathon. So we are essentially India's largest hackathon community. We've been operational for almost 4 years now. We work with over 1 million plus developers, these guys come from college, startups, working professionals, students, and so on and so forth. We train them, we work with them, we do hackathons with India's marquee brands. So we've just started working with Nestle, Unilever, Tata Crucible, and so on and so forth. Of course, Google, Microsoft, etc., is what we've been working with extensively. That's what we do, and that's what runs our homes here in India. Good morning from Ecuador. Good morning, ma'am. One hackathon, I wanted to, just set the context of where this idea of one hackathon came into, our whatever little tiny brains. One hackathon was conceived when we thought, why not bring together the words dev ecosystem together and create solutions which could help maybe generations, maybe future audiences to cope up with. And I, God forbid, there should not be any pandemic anymore in the world. But God forbid, if there are situations like these that occur, our tech ecosystem, our tech play should be so stronger that we could mitigate, erase some of the problems that we have faced in during this pandemic. So some of the problems that we definitely saw here in India and at a larger developing country problem was the public distribution system. India did a very bad job of distributing food and all. So we thought if word over, devs can get together, developers could get together and solve this technical or solve the tech challenge by creating solutions which could, you know, ease out the public distribution system. And we envisage that the same will happen as and when the vaccine will come here in India, because our public distribution system perhaps is in the biggest mess here in India. So we carefully curated these 4 5 challenges, which I would quickly introduce you to everyone. And we thought if we word dev community could get together and create solutions around these challenges. We then went ahead and, of course, roped in some beautiful and some amazing partners, mentors, judges who have not only guided us in this journey, who have added to the stature of the initiative and have supported us tremendously. So I also take this opportunity and express our deepest gratitude to all of you who have supported us in this initiative. Thank you so much. Now coming back, so public distribution system. This pandemic has changed everything, especially here in India. I don't know what's been happening in the world because we consume whatever we get to see on the media. But the reality is, it has changed the way the social fabric of India works. The poor have suffered the most here in India, while to be fair and to be honest, government of India did came up with a lot of schemes and support functionalities for these migrant workers, as we call them, as or daily wage labor. But we still erred at the level of how do we address their problem, which was very basic in terms of how do we ensure that they get their 3 meals every day. And that's where we erred. So public distribution system for us, or and for the developing countries, I would want to assume, was a big challenge. And we thought if we could address this via our hackathon. So so that's what we wanted to do. The second challenge was, again, while Indian frontline doctors have done amazingly well, we are amongst the top countries in the world which has had the lowest mortality rate. The numbers have only increased now in last 1 week or so. So we thought, if are there platforms for, generally speaking, not in these pandemic times, but as we go along, which recognize these frontline warriors. Can we create a community? Can we create a platform for frontline warriors, which includes our medical, health, policing, and so on and so forth, and make it like a community of these frontline warriors, and help them stay connected with each other across countries and all. So we thought that could be another big challenge which tech community could solve it across the globe. India again, I mean, see, our and we bounced off these challenges with all the country partners that we spoke about, all the leaders that we spoke about, and everyone were quite happy to see these challenges. They supported us. They of course shared their suggestions. We picked up those suggestions and built these challenges. The third challenge that we thought, again, India, but considering we are 1.5 billion, I'm assuming these challenges are universal in nature. Blood and organ donation. We as a country is the perhaps again the poorest in terms of people are donating their organs, people donating their blood, etc. So we thought if we could create again a platform which could help future generations, which could help people sound cool, people sound uh, uh, you know community leaders, as in when they go out. So maybe a platform wherein I could flaunt that I have donated my blood organ, and so on and so forth. So that was that, and that thought came together, and we created the third challenge, which was blood and organ donation. The fourth was very easy for us, because considering all of us have gone through this tectonic shift of now consuming education on the internet. We thought, are there better technology platforms or technology solutions which could aid virtual education, which could aid, in a sense, gamification of education for better learning. India, for an example, have gone through a tremendous change in the national education policy, which was announced yesterday, which our Prime Minister of India would address the nation tomorrow and talk about the education policy. So we thought the whole virtual education, how could we get together? How could the startups, the developer community get together and create solutions? Mind you, all of this also got in our head because we thought if the solutions could come from the global audience, India has an appetite of accepting those solutions and could actually take it to the market very quickly. And then, last but not the least, we thought any open innovation, anything that could be created, that could be, uh, again created and executed to help anyone and everyone, including the frontline doctors, frontline policemen, etc., to sail through these pandemic situations as and when they arise occur. So open innovation. So these five challenges we went out, spoke to about 30-40 country representatives. It was easy to convince some 20 of them, and today you see that launch happening with 20 partners happening, 20 partners who have joined hands with us and are doing this hackathon in their respective countries. I should also take this opportunity to tell you some of the partnering countries. So of course we have countries like, uh, of course, India, we are there, so we're doing it. We have Great Zambezi, Zimbabwe, Greece is there, Mexico, Nigeria, Turkey, Uganda, of course, US, Canada, Kenya, Moldova, Sri Lanka, United Kingdom, Uruguay, Romania, Portugal, Israel, Ukraine, Egypt, Singapore, and countries like these. So 20 countries got together, and we thought we'll just quickly solve these technology challenges together. And that's where the whole journey of one hackathon started. That's where it has taken about a month for us to put together this awesome and tremendous set of mentor jury panel, tremendous set of partners across board, which and I genuinely hope that this will set a good precedent or and good things in motion for the future generations. And that's what the whole idea of one hackathon was. And yeah, that's where we started, that's where we uh, started working on. And today, as you see, we are like just 1 week away from the actual dates of hackathon, which is 8th and 9th of August, where over 20,000 developers who applied till now across 20 odd countries would come together and try and solve these challenges. That's where we stand currently as of now. Yeah. So we wanted to now. I mean, now that I've done my introduction of one hackathon and one the kind of play that we have here in India, I would like to welcome the person who encouraged us, while everyone encouraged us, while everyone became the mentors, unofficial mentors and unofficial leaderboard for us. One of the person that we went to her pretty early in our journey of this one hackathon, and she has supported us tremendously, and we've invited her to be part of the show today and talk to us about what she thought about one hackathon. How does she think this could add value to the global audiences and all? So can I now invite, and pardon me if I do not pronounce it right, Miss Rosalia Artiga. She's a former president of Ecuador, to talk to us and talk to everyone listening to this webinar today, and talk to us on about why did she decided to be part of the journey.
Okay,
Just
thank
that.
you very much. Good morning in Ecuador, good evening in India, and probably good afternoon in other parts of the world. I'm happy to be part of this initiative for two reasons. One, it's because it has to be with young people, with entrepreneurs, with persons from universities and from probably small initiatives that want to do something very important for the communities, for the other people. And the other issue, the other reason that I want to be supporting this initiative, it's because it has to be with the pandemic, with the COVID-19 that has uh, put in a big challenge all humanity, because we have to go through it in a collective way. It's not a decision of one person or one country or one community. Probably the vaccine is going to be discovered in one country or some others, but we have to act globally, because if one country is not in this initiative, it will be trouble for all the world. Then what young people has to say and has to do about these challenges, the possibilities to work together, to create a new initiative, to put on the table the creativity of young people is fantastic. I personally work a lot with young people. I had been teacher for when I was 17 years old, imagine, long time ago. And I used to work with youngsters since the beginning of my life. Then I now lead an NGO, lead some initiatives, and we are working with young leaders for the future, young leaders for today. Then One Hackathon is a good initiative, an excellent initiative, and I hope that they are coming out a lot of good ideas in this time of coronavirus. Congratulations to Puneet and all the people that are working very hard, because I know that they are working hard to put this initiative on stage and to link a lot of people to this idea. then one hackathon is part of what I think could be a solution for new times.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for encouragement. Thank you so much for just being there. I mean, this means a lot to us and to our audiences. I'm sure they will, gain immense exposure and learning from you with you during the journey of one hackathon, which has started officially today, and which will go till up to 10th of August, 9th of August, depending upon which time zones are we. I just had one or two, questions for you, ma'am. I mean, how do you envisage technology and innovation getting together and solving, first word, second word problems? Do you foresee a great future of technology and innovation coming together and solving a lot of our problems?
Yeah, for sure. Innovation and technology are so important nowadays. It has been always, because if you feel and you study the history of humanity, you know that there are a lot of knowledge, a lot of discoveries around the world, since how to use the stone, how to use the metals, how to use the wheels, and everything that you can find since the discovery of fire, very important in that part of our of the start of the times for humanity. But nowadays we have in our hands a lot of tools, uh, since the discovery of internet, since the revolution in communications, when the first satellite was put it outside in the stratosphere, this early birth that around the 50s of the last century, of the 20th century, it was a lot of communications. And then we can know exactly what's happening in the other side of the world through this tool that we are using now, some platforms about communications. The pandemic put also in relevance how important it is to be communicated, because if no, we have to be isolated in our homes. But now we have windows to any part of the world. Then innovation is great. The possibility to discover a vaccine or medicines, or how to deal with the hunger and the poverty in world, how to give jobs for young people. A lot of things has to do with technology. Then I put a lot of hope in the good use of technology. But at the same time, we have to think about values and ethics. And I'm so fascinated about the spirituality that you have in India that probably we don't have in other parts of the world. Then you must mix the values, the principles, to be honest, to have a lot of solidarity with other people. If you mix new technologies, science, innovation with ethics, it could be a window or a door of good solutions for humanity. I'm not hearing.
Sorry, I wanted to ask one more question, and that's my last, and maybe we could take one or two questions from the audiences if we are allowed. Ma'am, we have seen uh, people across countries, or educational institutes across countries trying to inculcate and teach innovation. So my question to you would is as follows: do you think innovation can be taught, and do we why is there a need, or should there be a need on betting big on students for innovation? Or if I were to rephrase it, why there should be a need to bet big on younger audiences for innovation?
Well, I had the opportunity before to participate in one hackathon in my country. Then for me, it is something that I already knew about how the hackathons works. And it was only about engineering and architectural solutions for mobility, how people can solve problems of having all this crowded situation with lot of vehicles, with lot of cars, like how you experience it in New Delhi or in Kolkata or different parts of the world. But in our country, being a small country, we had also this kind of troubles. Then I think that if you put challenges in front of young people, they are going to react. They are going to have a reaction and being very creative. Remember that most of the discoveries around the world had been done when people are really young, and they are with all these good ideas like spoil on their minds, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Then I am a lot. I had a lot of inspiration also from young people, and I strongly believe that we, the people that go through life, that had some experience, we can be a voice of like hope and telling them that we are supporting them, a voice of support for these new initiatives. And I'm sure that from this one hackathon, we are going to have really good initiatives.
And we hope, and we genuinely hope and pray that we get to see a lot of solutions which could be, imbibed by accelerators, incubators, governments across the world, and actually it could benefit the mankind, so to say, or the future generations. And that's the whole idea of one hackathon. So I take this opportunity of, thanking you again for all the support extended. It's a it's a you know it's a it's a great, moment, and how it's a great moment for us also to learn from leaders like you. So thank you for being there,
Thank you.
like traditionally, like we do here in India. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you. We have amazing guest coming up. He's the money man here in India. He has loads of monies with him, and he invests in startups. He invests in ideas at a very early stage, and that's his style, and that's what he's known as. So he leads the Thai Angels across the globe. He's the big boss of Thai Angels. He manages and he invests in startups, and the whole idea of having him today was to share with him the kind of ideas that we envisage that will come through these hackathons, and share those ideas with him for his evaluation at some stage, but definitely his guidance and mentorship for bettering those ideas, as we said. So thank you, Mr. Sharma, for being here. Thank you for
Pleasure.
taking your, time out on a Friday evening. Thank
No
you,
problem.
thank you,
No problem.
sir. One, I mean, I've been asking this question. So how do you foresee this initiative, which is trying to get about developers slash startup ecosystem together across 20 countries to solve basic, first word, second word problems? Do you see merit in it? Do you see some real time solutions that could come out and could be imbibed or could be adopted?
I think human beings by nature, when challenged, come out with their best. And when there's competition amongst teams, competition amongst countries, competition amongst continents, I think I foresee very good results. Secondly, though we're battling the same battle, but challenges and environment are different. I mean, India has different challenges because of its population, um, you know, um, average age, average per capita, whatever. But I think, and other countries have different situations. So I think we will come up with solutions and to a problem which is similar but different, and then we can amalgamate and learn. And the most critical thing is that people learn from each other. So when solutions are being provided technologies are being shared at the finale. On I think people will learn and imbibe from each other, and I think that's what churning, that's what disruption, that's what collaboration, that's what partnership, and that's what the world is moving towards. And we all have to work together as nations. So I think this is a great effort, and I think it will result very positive results.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's the whole idea. So again, I couldn't thank you at the start. So thank you for supporting us in this initiative. Thank you
Sure.
for being there. My second, at a very large level, a question question to you would be, from your investment perspective, sir. Do you see a lot of innovative ideas getting a lot of money in future? Lot of health innovation ideas, lot of community driven initiatives getting a lot of monies from your perspective. Because and the reason I want to ask you this is because our challenges were curated in this manner, that these it would encourage health, this would encourage community activities, and so on and so forth. So there is a relevance of, I mean, that's the relevance of asking this question.
Yeah. So the future is with innovation, and not just health tech. I'd like to add environment to this. I'd like to add energy to this. I'd like to add so many other things that we are struggling with because of this. I mean, from basic amenities and basic facilities to interventions and innovations where we can work together, to making impact on the environment, to understanding what's good for us, to be prepared. I think it's going to churn up a lot of good ideas, good of innovation. And from my as an investor point of view, this is what excites me. I from as an early stage investor, as you introduced me, I would prefer to go on an idea stage thing where some things or a team is capable of delivering what they're talking about. And trust me, the idea evolves, it pivots, it changes. The team has to be cohesive, the team has to be talented, and they will come up with something or the other. And it might start from COVID and end at generation of energy or environment. But whatever it is, it will always come up with the idea. And I think putting everyone together, competing with each other, learning from each other, has always been a great idea, and that's what hackathons are for.
Absolutely. So I think Puneet has a question for you, sir. So and while it is being on your screen, I would just want to add to it. How now word is becoming one, and with internet, with lot of opportunities now opening up here in India, where perhaps the biggest I don't know. Of course, investment destination we're fast becoming. Also, we have a huge appetite of global solutions which could be taken here in India, built in India, and so on and so forth. How do you see it playing a role for a lot of early stage startups and ideas and innovators to actually build for India? Or like when I say scalable, I think our country offers a lot of scale for solutions which could come here in India. Maybe like I don't know. I'm just citing an example. Maybe somebody who is building the solution here in US could actually join hands with peers here in India and build solutions for a large market like India. Do you see it happening? And what should these young innovators keep in mind when they think of or when they build solutions for a country as big as India?
So India is not only big, but India has a few other key points that all startups should keep in mind. India has the most versatile or varied demographics, from social status, from rural to urban to semi-urban. It's a young country. It's a fast-growing company. It's the top three growth companies in the world. A very young population, smartphones, accessibility to internet, a free democracy. All these elements have to be kept in mind when a startup creates something, because your larger market share is what you have to cater to, and you have to keep all these things in mind. Thirdly, I personally feel that India um, has a very, very a savvy, technology savvy audience, technology savvy employee base, technology savvy environment for everyone to work and grow beyond a point also, which is very critical for any startup to be successful. So I think this will create opportunities. This is an easy thing to do. This will get technologies that are developed everywhere or anywhere come into India, and I think that is what it is. And to answering to Puneet's point, key points, scalability is the key to anything. I mean, if your solution or if your product or service does not excite the masses, if it not does not excite majority of the people, if it does not solve a problem for the government or people at large, it will not work. I mean, no matter how good your solution is, but if it's expensive, it will not work. If it is not easy to adapt, it won't work. You have to be very, 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 very intuitive, very focused, very cost effective, and look at scalability. So your costing, your everything, or your burn today should show scalability tomorrow. Otherwise, it will not work. Otherwise, from dynamics of as an investor, or for you as a startup putting in time and money or energy, will not be good. And also, I personally feel India is just not the market. I mean, India just represents a huge set of countries, from the entire Africas, Southeast Asia, countries around India, South America. I think all these countries are somewhere, in similar demographics as India is. I mean, barring a few, barring the Europe, the North Americas and China, I think everyone can benefit from what India or any of these companies produce. So I think you have to be very, very clear and focused on merging all of this.
Yeah, I mean, my last question would be to you would be, sir, what are the three things that these young innovators should keep in mind while they build solutions for in one hackathon? Your trick to win this hackathon.
Three things. One is innovation. One has to be innovative. If one is not innovative, or if one is not thinking of a solution that others have, not done or provided with, it will not work. You have to be very, very innovative. Secondly, it has to have the ability to have multitudes of technology. Let's say if someone is working in a biotech field, or someone's working on a solution to get people together in the case of an emergency, whatever that is, it has to have ML, AI. It has to have blockchain if it's required. It has to have location things working. It has to have a chatbot. You have to have multiple technologies involved into it for it to excite me. Just one simple problem, one simple solution needs lots of innovation and lots of multiple technologies, because things are moving very fast and things are evolving. And last but not the least, in the team is the most critical thing. Make sure that you and your co-founders are knowledgeable enough to deliver or answer questions when they are put to you from the judges, or in a situation where you are pitching or raising money. You have to be very, very capable, very talented, very experienced and knowledgeable in the domain that you're working in. Don't try and endeavor and use nomenclature or words that might not work. So I think those are the few very, very critical things that one needs to have to get an investment from someone like us, or to win a hackathon there. And that's what's needed, in my opinion.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to have your support during this journey for over next
Sure,
10
sure,
odd
Rohit.
days.
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, sir. Right. Up next, I mean, we during this whole journey we've been supported by some amazing, brilliant individuals who also couldn't today join, owing to the different time zones that they are in, and that's entirely our loss. We have and therefore we had asked them to record a quick video for us, and one of the videos that we are very excited to play is is a video from founder of Big Revolution, Martin SFP Bryant, and just hear him talk. It'll be worth your time.
Hello, it's Martin SFP Bryant here from Big Revolution. Now, the One World Hackathon is a really inspiring opportunity to create something positive out of what is a truly horrible situation for us all. Whether you've got a really big idea or a really small idea, and sometimes it's the smallest ideas that can make the biggest difference, I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with to help make sure the next pandemic isn't as brutal as the current one.
And that's what the hackathon is. We got to take next pandemic head on, and that's what we want to do. Our next guest is also a friend, so maybe we could keep this conversation more casual. He works for Google India and is the key member of their developer building activity here in India. Sid, welcome. Thank you for your support. Sid, are you there? Yep.
Yes, I'm here. Hey, Rohit.
Hey
Thank
Sid,
you.
how are you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Good, yeah. Surviving this pandemic.
Crazy out there.
Yeah, it's getting on the nerves now, but that's okay. Sid,
Totally.
you being today, seen and heard by by developers across 20 countries, and some of them are participating in this hackathon and building solutions for this hackathon. and and you being the the world's best tech company, or you actually work for the world's best tech company, what are your key mantras that when from a Google or your perspective, when you look at the ideas, what are the three four things that you look at while you evaluate these ideas, and you take a punt or a bet on ideas?
So, the couple of things that like we usually do, like I can take reference from Build for Digital India initiative that we recently did in partnership with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. So, key area that we usually look for is like how well you have ideated throughout the solution that you have built. Have you done enough research? For whom you're solving? Is it apt for that audience? Is it solving their needs? Let's say you're solving for farmer. Are you solving for farmers across the globe, or are you solving for farmers just in India? So it matters a lot for which particular segment of users you're solving, and is it scalable or not? Is it just for a specific country or specific region, or just for your city that you're solving? That's like one thing. Like you should be very thorough with your ideation process. Do enough research. The second element to it is the technical capabilities of your solution. When I say capabilities, technical capabilities, it doesn't mean that I am talking about uh, how are you using machine learning or not? Are you using big data or not? Are you using cloud or not? No. What I meant to say with technical capabilities is, can this solution that you have developed can be easily be plugged into an existing infrastructure? If yes, how feasible it is. If not, then why not? Like, can you make it feasible to be implemented in the existing infrastructure? That's what technical capabilities is. How easy it would be for a person who doesn't know the technology to use it. So we should understand it from that perspective. Like, can a person who is like a novice, who doesn't know technology, can that person really use this? How much time, like that, or even if it is for an expert or someone who knows technology, how much time that person would need to be trained to use that particular solution? So your solution should be like technically strong, technically like security driven, but at the same time it should not be complex for the person who is using it to like just like go away and leave it. The third thing that we look forward is the entrepreneurial element into your solution. Have you thought about a market fit to this project? Have you thought about your go-to-market strategy as well? Like market fit is one thing, then go-to-market strategy is another thing. Like how will you market this product? How will you take it to the end user? Have you thought about your business plan? How will you scale up? What are the resources that you will need? How much money you would need to be investing in this solution? Is it like a hardware intensive? Is it like a software intensive? Is it like a combination of both? So you need to like do enough work on these elements. Um and the fourth thing, which is like very, very crucial, is your pitch. So whenever we talk about hackathons, when we talk about like solutions being presented, demo days, those boot camps, one thing that is always is very, very crucial is the pitch. How well you are communicating in a very short span of time. Let's say you have just 5 minutes. How well you can communicate your idea in those 5 minutes. The way you narrate a story, the way you narrate a problem, that's what is impactful, instead of like running all around like, hey, this is the technical, this is something that we did, this is AI ML, going into depth of this is machine learning, why machine learning. So just like come up with a good story to your solution, and that would be like really helpful whenever you're pitching, not just for this one hackathon, but like going forward as well.
Absolutely, and we've seen some of the brilliant ideas do not get do not uh, get to win these hackathons or other competitions because they can't sell or can't tell the story in a right manner.
Exactly.
Sid, also, you're young yourself, and you see a lot of innovation happening here in India for sure. Uh, the solutions that are built by are being or the solutions that are being built for the future essentially should have what all technology integrated in it.
So if I talk about like
Three
cutting
technologies,
technologies for
three
2020,
technologies that you want to bet upon for future solutions. If I were to ask you this.
I Uh, I would talk about AI ML, of course, but in AI ML, I will very specifically talk about machine learning on edge. When I say edge, it's basically those low computation devices. I'm talking about like computations on your phone, computations on devices which do not have like higher GBs of RAMs and stuff processors. So machine learning, if you can do it on those edge devices which do not require an internet connection, like there have been a time like we have moved to a time when things are on cloud, but now the time is coming back when machine learning needs to be there at the places where internet connectivity is like poor or it's not there at all, like those remote areas. So that AI on edge is something that I will bet a big on. Another thing is like quantum computing is picking up really fast these days, wherein you can like churn big data to processing like at a like terabyte speeds. So quantum computing is second. And of course, cloud would be there. Like cloud would be there to stay. So gone are those times when you used to have those traditional data houses, data warehouses, data centers where you used to store your data, but the time is now for the cloud to be there. And we are seeing this in the current times. Like COVID-19 has actually shown the world that yes, what's the usage of web and cloud out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you, Sid. Thank you for your time. I mean, it's a Friday evening here in India, boys and girls. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to have your support during this journey of One Hackathon, Sid. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you, and all the best, folks.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Next up, a video again from Estel Ventures partner Alia Ladaga. She basically is the money lady. She has loads of money and is looking at one hackathon for ideas wherein she could put her pet upon. Here are our
Hi everyone, Alea here. I am so excited to meet all of you on the One Global Hackathon, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Good luck and advance congratulations, and yeah, see you on August 8th.
another video. Balaji Gopalan is the CEO and co-founder for MedStack, and he looks at all the solutions that will come on health tech here within one hackathon with a keen interest to bet his monies upon.
Hello, everyone. This is Balaji Gopalan from Toronto, Canada. I want to congratulate all of you for entering the One Hackathon and thank the Incubate IND team for sponsoring this event and reaching out to me to participate. Technology innovation and technology entrepreneurship are not easy. And the best companies, I guess, make it look easy, but it's not easy. So, you know, what I always say is if you're going to take the leap, make sure that you take the leap and pursue something important. And the world has never needed technology innovation and thoughtfulness around changing the way we do things like it does now with this global pandemic. So, of course, first of all, I hope everybody is keeping safe and healthy, yourself and your families. Good luck in the coming days. Think about your users. Think about the problem they're trying to solve, how they do it differently, how they do it today, what issues there may be with that, and how you can make it better, and work hard. And I'm really looking forward to seeing all the submissions. Good luck. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. Next up, we have an amazing gentleman here with us who not only partnered with us in this initiative and has been an unofficial mentor to us in the journey of Incubate. He represents 100 open startups. Is he? He's
Yeah,
there. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
very good. How about you, Rohit?
All well, sir. So far, so good.
Great.
So, one first, I want you to tell our audiences on what is 100 open startups and how you're there to help these boys and girls who will eventually create solutions to scale or to create or to mentor or to make them better.
Sure. Thanks, Rohit, for that nice introduction. So, I would like to quickly tell you that 100 Open Startups is a program that we started as a way for startups to find business and investments. And it was founded in UC Berkeley in the year 2007 with the support of 40 corporations. I did see some messages, and in the YouTube, I saw people talking about open innovation, open source software, and all that. So the great news is that our program is built on open innovation, and it is the world's largest program on open innovation. We started with 40 companies, and right under Dr. Henry Chesbrough, who is considered the father of open innovation. And so we began from there, and today, just 13 years fast forward, we've gone to 5,000 corporations. So what we do is to help early stage startups to go through various stages from what you call level zero, which is to say the solution is not validated, to going all the way to finding business and even getting acquired by the large corporations. So we have mapped it to that extent. So far, about 21,000 contracts have been signed on the platform between about 1,700 startups and 1,400 corporations. So this whole platform is available to all these entrepreneurs, would-be entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs who are watching this and who will be watching this in the future. So all I can say is that through this partnership, we want to make this available so that these startups solve the real problems that are there, and specifically to COVID. So there is already, we did one event called the OI Week Digital in the month of June, specifically for COVID, and it was overwhelming success. We had about 130 corporations putting out the problem statements and about 1,500 startups participating in it, and then went on to create solutions, co-create solutions, that's the right word to use. And that is something which the corporate will use for their own, let's say, building customers for their own, maybe their clients' customers, as well as their own customers. So it is like, various ways they use it. But at the end of the day, it's all about, creating innovation from the problem statements that we already have called the grand challenges. So just to, elaborate on what you just said, we are offering our platform to the winners as a fast track to go to level 3, which is something which we will explain in the days ahead. And there are other benefits that they're going to get in terms of mentorship, guidance, and so on from the platform. And that is something which they should leverage. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey. And so different people from all over the world, right from mentors, academics, consultants, as well as investors, everybody would help you so that you scale and go to the next stage. So that's what a program does.
Right, yeah. So that's the whole idea of of 100 open startups. They will help you scale not only via mentorship, but maybe your first orders from world's biggest corporates. They'll help you, of course, guide. They'll help you build go to market strategies. So that's the advantage of having 100 open startups with you. So all your solutions, whether you get selected, not selected, are then being submitted to Sir and his team to look at them through their expertise. And that's the whole idea of this hackathon. So my last question to you would be, what are the three key benefits that participants could accrue from 100 open startups during this hackathon?
So one definitely, as I mentioned to you, is the mentorship and the guidance that is going to come. So the way the program has been structured, right? When they apply these solutions against the problem statement that exists, of course, they should have gone from the stage of being idea to prototype, then to MVP to get the first customer, and then they should get to the commercialization stage. That is when you are ready to apply into our program. Before that, it's a bit too early, and nobody would be interested, right? So you have to look at least having one customer, at least talking to one customer, trying to build a solution. So that's a stage you should apply. Then our platform picks it up from there and then helps you to go through the various stages, like we have from level 1 going all the way to level 5. So the level 5 is the top 100 ranking, and that is why the name 100 open startups, right? So what happens in level 1 is we have mentors, academics, consultants, experts from worldwide who would, in terms of validating your solution against the problem statement that exists. And then the moment you receive 4 votes, we call it thumbs up votes, like that, you get pushed into level 2, which is the global, what we call the market, the corporate network. And what they do is also an evaluation in terms of A, B, C, D. That's another mentoring that happens from the market perspective. So these companies also tell you whether the solution is right or in the right direction, or at least if it's not, then they're going to guide you to the right direction. So it's like that. And the moment you get, so it's like in terms of A, B, C, D, they give you A means very interesting, B means interesting but needs to evolve, C means futuristic, D means not interested. So the more number of A's and B's you get at this stage, you get pushed into next level, which is a pitch event, a demo day, where the audience are investors. And so it could be that hackathon, our one hackathon does this kind of pitch events. So this is a process that will happen. And from that, we will declare winners. Okay, so those winners will get prize from hackathon, one hackathon. But as far as we are concerned, we will take them all into the next level called the level 4, which is the Open Innovation Week, the OI week. So as I speak with you, the OI week digital is on. This is a innovation on the regular OI week that we used to do. It's 13 years now. So what has happened is we have ourselves innovated. We don't want people to stop innovating. And so we have made everything digital. So that's the OI week digital format, where the corporate or the SME meet one-on-one with the concerned startup and they negotiate how to work together. In 2 to 3 months' time, these negotiation meetings will convert into business and potential investment opportunities. So that's what happens. And then, this publication of the top 100 ranking is done based on the relationship the startup has developed in the last two, like I said, after the OAV completion, 2 to 3 months later, what happened? And so it could be an investment, it could be business, it could be licensing of the IP, it could be a supplier agreement, and so on. So we have identified 16 types of relationships a startup can have with a corporate or the other way around. For every relationship, points are awarded. And the summary of those leads to the ranking. And that's the publication we call the 100 Open Startups. 100 to indicate top 100 ranking, open to indicate open innovation, and startups. So that's, in short, what is 100 Open Startups.
Awesome. So now you all know what is being offered by 100 Open Startups in this hackathon.
Yes.
It is of immense value. So,
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 so, so you know,
so
Rohit, your question was about three values. Is more than three. So that is what I
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to tell you.
absolutely. This is of immense value,
Yeah, yeah,
more than big.
yeah, yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Most
We would
welcome. Thanks,
and we
Rohit. And
look forward to be guided by you over the journey of next 10 odd days.
yes, so I wanted to also wish ourselves, because we are all co-branding and organizing this, let's wish ourselves the very best, and also the entrepreneurs that are taking part in this, and everybody else in the ecosystem, that are going to be the enablers, so that these entrepreneurs in their respective ecosystems can scale and become successful. So here is double thumbs up to every one of you, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Take care.
Bye, sir.
Stay safe. Yeah.
Bye, sir. Next up, here, Alexander Gornay is the biggest angel fund co-founder called United Investors. They are based out of Russia. Hear him what he says about One Hackathon.
Hi, my name is Alexander Gorny. I am co-founder of United Investors. It's the biggest club of business angels in Russia and Russian-speaking world. I wish you a good luck on the event. Just believe in yourself and you will do a great job. Good luck.
And a video from Mali M. Baum. She's the CEO and co-founder of W Launch and Magda Group.
Everyone, hi Puneet and One Hackathon team. I'm super excited to take an active part as a jury in the upcoming hackathon in 8 and 9 of August. I'm looking forward to meet the fantastic team that probably will do an amazing work during those 2 days. I'm sending this message to encourage the team and the people and the individuals that's coming together for a great mission. Looking forward to see you online and maybe also in person soon. Bye bye.
Thank you both. We have Dr. Makran Javdekar with us. He's a pharma professional. He's guiding us in the journey of One Hackathon, and he is definitely looking at all the health solutions, especially in the organ and blood donation challenges. And we will show him all your product ideas or solutions for him to evaluate and give you the right set of mentorship. He's the best mentor that anybody perhaps would be able to get during this journey of hackathon. May I now invite Dr. Makaran Javdekar to join us.
Hello.
Hi, sir.
Hello. Hope you can hear me and there are no audio issues.
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay. So again, I want to thank Puneet and Rohit for hosting this huge One Hackathon for 20 countries. I think you have done a tremendous job of hosting so many people who are not only the speakers but who are attendees and who are here to see this live. And I think I'm so excited to be here. And I just want to take a minute or two to introduce myself. And my career started after I finished my doctorate in pharmaceutics from the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis, here in the US, and that was way back in 1981. And since 1982, I have worked with Pfizer Global Research and Development here in Groton, Connecticut, which is near New York. And I have been here for the last, in Connecticut since 1982. So that makes it almost like 38 years. So it's a long time. And I worked at Pfizer, since 82, as I said, and my all experience was in the research and development. So one of the things that I worked on was, back then was Zoloft, which is sertraline hydrochloride tablet, which is the antidepressant. That was my formulation. And I also got to work on Zithromax, which is azithromycin antibiotic. So that was also my bench type formulation that I worked on. So beyond that, I worked on many other things, but I won't take time saying about that. But I think as of late, I have been involved in many of the COVID-19 related activities, especially when it comes to innovation, and also when it comes to looking at the entire world and seeing how we can, or how I personally can contribute to the success in getting the innovations to the people. And just recently had a chance to meet with the Vice President of the United States, Mr. Mike Pence. I just had a meeting with him Friday, the 24th of this month. And, he encouraged me for what I've been doing, because he's heading up the COVID-19 task force here in the US. And obviously, world looks at him as a leader. That we in the sense, US will bring some innovation to the table, so the world can really take advantage of that. And I think what I would like to state in a few words here is this is a right time for this hackathon, because the entire world has essentially paused because of the COVID-19. And I think I just was reading the white paper that got published by McKinsey and Company, and Gaurav Agrawal was the author of that white paper, which just came out a few days ago. And he wrote quite a good article about on pins and needles, will COVID-19 vaccine save the world? And I really like that article, because he has summarized it really well. And I think, there are, as you know, there are multiple companies engaged in vaccine development. And vaccine is going to be the key, because, I think if you open up the world earlier than before the vaccine comes, what has happened, not only in the US, but the other parts of the world. When you open up early, things don't go that well. Infection rates go up, and I think we want to control all those things from happening. And I think so the key to success, ultimate success, is to have a vaccine available. And I think there are quite a few players, as you know, are competing to get their vaccine up there, not for the profit ideas, but I think mainly to save the humanity. And I think and I want to say a few words, because Pfizer and BioNTech from Germany, they have been collaborating to create this vaccine, and hoping that the vaccine will come out hopefully early enough. And I don't predict how early, but I think I'm hoping that by March of next year we'll have something available for the entire world, because Pfizer is going to be manufacturing it at risk, so that when the FDA's approval comes through, and when it goes through all the phase 3 studies and safety and efficacy data, there is enough of a substrate in there that FDA says thumbs up. And when they say thumbs up, we are ready to launch our manufactured vaccines. So there are 4 vaccines that Pfizer is working on. And again, I don't want to go into details, but I think what it is there are companies like GSK, there is AstraZeneca, J&J, Johnson and Johnson. So there are these big pharmas getting involved in that, and also don't forget the role of smaller biotechs as well. I mean, Moderna is another company, and then Oxford is another one, and also India is also involved in that because of the Serum Institute of India, who is decidedly, has agreed to manufacture vaccines for Oxford and AstraZeneca. So I think there are some good things coming up. I'm hoping that there are lots and lots of innovations happening, and I'm also sitting on a couple of companies' boards, which are biotech companies, and they are not into vaccines, but they are into either the adjuvants which go into vaccines and which will synergize the effect the vaccines can bring for the efficacy and so forth. And that's the company called Sonnet and Sonnet Therapeutics. And then there is another company that is Nanoviricides, and I have come on their board, as well as the ex-congressman from Indiana, Mr. Todd Rokita. He's also on the board, and we are. I mean, the company Nanoviricides is working on one of the therapies, not the vaccines, but the therapy which will act on the patients who already have COVID-19 infections. So, and it has got a separate, it is a different mechanism. It works like a fly trap. So it essentially envelops the virus, and it captures it so that it doesn't infect what it's doing today in terms of essentially going to the lungs. So those are the therapies that we are trying to innovate, and hopefully the FDA will give us the fast track status. And once that happens, it becomes easier for us to do things going forward. And also, it's all about innovation, and I believe in working with the right people, the people who really encourage us to work. And also the government here, the US government, is opening up to give any help that we need. And as we speak, there is Dr. Tony Fauci, who is currently doing testimony at the Congress as we speak, and so is Dr. Redfield of CDC, who is also on the floor of the Congress today. So anyways, so I just wanted to say hello, and glad to be part of this. And again, I want to thank Puneet and Rohit for inviting me here.
Thank you so much, sir. We have, you're the savior. So we hope under your leadership and overall the leadership of professionals like you, medicine comes at the earliest, saves the world, and we are
I
back
hope
to the
so.
normal again. So
Thank you very much.
thank you so
Thank you.
much, sir. Thank you from India. Thank you. We need this medicine. So up next, some brilliant partners that we had or we have during this journey of One Hackathon. Some of them have spoken, some of them have created these videos for us to look at and be part of the larger community. And we're doing it together because we want to build solutions for the world. So today, if you're creating here in India, you have an opportunity of working with 19 other countries, 20 other countries to get to build your solutions for the world. Up next, the videos or interactions, as we should call them, as from all of our partners.
Hello,
Alejandro Palomo,
from Zambia.
Mexico.
I'm co-founder and chief executive officer of Nyamuka Africa Solutions. We're so excited to partner with Incubate Int in the Great Zambian One Hack Innovation Challenge, particularly because the subsequent results and benefits will ensure that as a country and society, we're on a self-determined path. And so on behalf of Nyamuka Africa Solutions, I wish to register our deepest and sincere gratitude to the team from Incubate Int for the unwavering support rendered to us throughout the whole process. Thank you so much.
Hi guys. Firstly, congratulations on getting this thing global. It's a great initiative. Congratulations to all the organizers, the teams, the participants. We understand the crisis and we must also recognize the dangers associated with it. However, there's also an opportunity to improve ourselves, our processes, our systems, and the way we work today. So let's take this hackathon and improve what we can with what we have. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I am so excited to be part of the team organizing One Hackathon. One Hackathon's purpose is to discover new and innovative solutions that can be adopted by global industries during these trying times. We know what we're going through now, and then we need a way to move forward through this pandemic. So One Hackathon is basically a platform for creating solutions to help during these COVID times. And then Incubate IND is the group organizing One Hackathon. We are very grateful for a group thinking about solutions that can help everybody in the world. Incubate IND is doing something great, and then they've been really helpful and nice with providing resources and things like that. So I hope you register from a group and create solutions. Think about ways you can help people during these times in uh, blood donation, giving of food, and all that. So thank you.
Great opportunity, great experience. We thank you, guys. We thank you, Incubate Ind, One Hackathon, Portugal and Ukraine. Let's surprise the whole world with our cooperation and innovation ideas. See you. Bye.
Hi, I'm Julia from Mexico, and I'm really thankful to Incubate IND to this opportunity to host One Hackathon, which is a hackathon that is going to be all around the world. In 20 countries, we are going to talk about really COVID-19 problems and solutions, and it's going to be an amazing opportunity for all of us to be really.
Hello, everyone. Greetings from Mexico. My name is Alex Palomo, and I am director of the Communities Hub. It's very exciting for me to kickstart this hackathon. I want to welcome all the participants, mentors, and judges. And thanks everyone who made this event possible. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hi, my name is Tony. If you'd give me 1 minute of your time, I'm going to explain to you a hackathon that I really think that you should be involved in. So it's called the One Hackathon. It's by Incubate India. So why should you be involved? Basically, this hackathon is designed to encourage developers, startups, technology students, and management students to center solutions, to create solutions around the future pandemics. So there are 5 main problem statements, and I want to quickly read them to you. PDS, which is public distribution system. Second is blood and organ donations. Third is open innovations around handling of pandemics. Fourth is virtual education and gaming platforms. And fifth is recognizing the frontline warriors, basically showing recognition, a solution centered around that. So this is happening from the 8th to the 9th of August. You want to be involved because you're going to get experience that's good on your resume. Also, there are big partners that are involved, such as Accenture, Microsoft, and Google for Startups. So please click the link below or wherever to get signed up. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Cool.
Hello from Nairobi, Kenya. We are super excited to be participating in the One Hack Global Challenge. Thank you so much to the amazing team of Incubate India. Thank you for having us. We're looking forward to the exciting ideas that's going to come out of this challenge.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Your support, your love, your partnership makes it extra special, and we look forward to work with you during this journey. If you have any questions on hackathon, on anything else, you could reach out to local your local organizers, you could reach out to us at Incubate. If you need anything here in India, we'll be more than happy to mobilize it for you here in India. We look forward to build these strong partnerships with you across board. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. Namaste from India.